Good evening, guys, and welcome back to the BVTCC. We are here at Donnington Park GP4 round 8 of the British Virtual Touring Car Championship. So we're at round 8, 3 races at Donnington Park GP, and it will go down as you all know. As the schedule tells you, we got qualifying in race 1, then race 2 is the results of race 1, and race 3 is top 6 to 12 reverse grid, as they do in real life. So what we're going to do first of all is we are going to take a little look at the standings before we get anywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my soundbar on, and then we're going to drop off this. So this is the championship standings at the moment. It's Chris Ish who reclaims the top spot, but is very doubtful to be seen tonight racing. Thank you very much for the drink. Carl Benton is P2. Again, very doubtful to be seen racing tonight. So this gives George Davis, who P3 for Craven Racing, a very, very good chance to actually lead the championship going into round 9 at Silverstone. Alan Smith is P4, and Matthew Williams, after an impressive knock-hill round, has managed to get himself up into P5. Team standings are as this. At the moment, Craven Racing is still out in front, and MKR is P2. CY Racing is 3rd, and Welsh Motorsport is P4. As you see, I think 3rd and 4th are pretty much out of the running for 1st and 2nd, so this is a fight down for who finishes 3rd and who finishes 4th. Gravel Trap Racing is P5 and T6 Motorsport is P7. The Indy standings are as follows. We've got Miami Racing Steve, who is all the way up top at the moment, and Untrue Sim, that is Patrick, who is P2. P3, I'm going to ignore who's in P3, because P3 at the moment is will be technically Mortlock Motorsports, and that's Arch Jardine, and that puts Anthony Hyde hit and run up to P4. Rev up moves up to P5. You get the gist. Because unfortunately we lost Luca, so United Sim team. Well, they're just going to tumble down the lead. So in the Jack Sears again, this is one where we're going to have to just ignore Luca Munro now. But Patrick reclaims that top spot, and he's got a very good lead now. He's 49 points ahead of Nathan Croak, who sits currently P2, ignoring P2, and then Archie Jardine in P3, both joint points. That would also move William Martin up to P4 in the Jack Sears. And that is it, really. That's all of it. So we're going to get down to qualifying, which is going to be very, very soon. As we are just waiting for qualifying to... There we go. Now we're into qualifying. So that is qualifying underway. So hopefully we should have some good races here. BMW's not on pace, so it's going to be pretty difficult for Steve, I think, to get anything out of this. But we have both Welsh Motorsport team drivers out. We even have a returnee, and that is Eugene. He's been he's had a few connection issues. I think we might have just had somebody, and William Martin has just popped himself in the chat in the game there. So, right, so here we go. Oh, look, camera straight on. Would you believe it? It's Trebek. So it looks like it's concentrating on Simon because he's going to be the first one out to do a competitive lap. So we have just a confirmation that Benton, our two-time champion, is out of this event tonight. That's going to give everyone a big opportunity and a big boost, I think, because we don't have Chris Ish either. Nor do we have the ever-quick Ollie. Here we are with Trebek. Purple sector at the moment in sector 1. Oh, getting it very, very slow. So I need to keep an eye on my purple sector 2 for Trebek. It's on him at the moment because he's the only one that's going to be sitting in the time at the moment. But Eugene's still in the pits. The benchmark at the moment is 34.8, and that is for Trebek. Patrick 6 tenths behind. Hal 3 tenths behind. Trebek looking rapid at the moment. Purple sector again. Gascoigne 4th, 2nd down. Got that Honda very loose, very loose. Oh, yeah, here's Michael Cooper now. 2 purple sectors. This is his first out lap. This is Mikey Donkey Kong Cooper. I'm sorry. Oh dear Lord, I'm sorry. I'm about Simon Trebek, who's another purple sector. Matthew Williams. Cooper goes pole position at the moment with a 34.4, but Simon is up in these two sectors. What can he do across the line? It's 32, it's 33. It's 34.3. And he takes pole position back again. 1,000th of a second. Cooper gets... Oh, we've got a sector 2 yellow. Oh, Jardine popped himself up into P3. Still on. Camera loving Trebek, as he always does. He's not shying the camera. However, he does get too much. So let's have a look at Patrick here, who is green in sector 2, so that's personal best for Patrick. He's currently sitting P6. Well, that was a bit loud, wasn't it? And now Trebek improves with and puts a whole 10th in between him and Cooper, but Cooper is now up in sector 1 with a purple best. Honda on Cooper's just looks a lot more stable than Trebek's. Gascoigne now popped himself up into P5. We've got Chris Cobbett up into P4 here. Personal best in sector 2 for Mikey Cooper. Big flash of the lights, get out of the way. If they're all on fast laps, and that's Cobb, and that is bugger me, who's that Gardner just darting out the way there. Cooper comes across the line, and it is a 1:30. Oh, it's a 1:33.9. That's Cooper back in the lead. Jardine still sitting there in P3, Cobbett's P4, and Stevie G is P5. However, Stevie G has a 10 place grid penalty, so at the moment, that's going to drop him to the back of the grid. Yeah. So look how George Davis is doing. He's just come out of the pit. He is currently sat P9. He has the most ballast. He has the most ballast tonight because other two are not here. Doesn't mean he's got the maximum ballast. It just means he's got the most ballast. So he just needs to score points tonight, George Davis, and then he will take the championship lead into Silverstone. Sorry. Then all they got to do is stay tight in Silverstone, and then come Brands Hatch, no ballast, no nothing. It's all guns are blazing. Gardner's on his out lap. William Martin down in sector 2. Personal best in sector 1. I don't know why it keeps flicking back to Mikey. It looks like the camera loves Mikey now. It's had enough of Trebek, and it's now Cooper's turn to be the fame of. And this is William Martin. Does he improve? Nope, he stays P12. Stephen Gascoigne, P5. That's going to put him -1 because there's only 14 here. Alan Smith in the pits. I'm not sure. We've got Eugene. Yep, we have Eugene out. He's got 2 personal best sectors. Stop going to Mikey Cooper, will you, for bleeding hell's sake. And ran the last final hairpin comes Eugene. Have a look where this puts him. Should move up. And Eugene moves into the top 10. Good result for Eugene. First race back. So 9 minutes to go. It's Cooper, Trebek, Jardine, Cobbett, Gascoigne, Howells, and Williams. Patrick, Davis, Eugene, Gardner, Green, Martin, and Smith. Eugene, another personal best. With Trebek. Here we are with Archie Jardine. He's just skipping. Please stop. Cooper. McLean's, the Poppis. Archie, not really improving at the moment. Off the track he goes. Stephen Gascoigne, he has to at least, if Gascoigne wants to stay within the top 10, he can't really. The best he can do is pole position and then be 11th. Gareth Howells, final sector there, still P6. So we are back again with Archie Jardine, and there's still a sector 2 yellow. I don't know why. But it is still Cooper, Trebek, and Jardine. Williams now puts himself up into P5, dropping Stephen Gascoigne down to P6. They come round Goddard. No improvement from Jardine. Davis still sitting P9. He's really got to make headways for this. Not many improving now at the moment. Maybe the track evolution has just changed a little bit, and oh, that's a big hit. It'll start piling out now for the last couple of laps. Mike Cooper on a flying lap. Looks like Jardine is going to try and use him as a bit of a slipstream here as they make their way up to the cleans. Alan Smith is improved up to P8. Oh, Mike Cooper, he had a purple middle sector there, but he backed off, I think. He knew what Jardine was trying to do, so I think he might have just pulled out of the way there to let him go. He comes round the hairpin of Goddard. He'll start his final lap. As Jardine moves up into P2 here, that's That's going to upset Chris. No, it's not. It's going to upset Trebek. Oh, somebody. Oh, and here's Stuart Bartley. Stuart Bartley's joined now. Okay, we're getting more people now. This is awesome. So let's have a look where Simon Trebek is. He's sat in the pits. That's it. That's Trebek's day done. Cobbett is still out. Could improve. Matthew Williams is still out. Steve's still out. Gareth is in the pits. That's his day done. Alan's still going. Patrick's done. George is still trying. Eugene is still out trying. He'll get one more lap by the looks of it for Eugene. This is his 100th lap. James Gardner is done. So is Lawrence Green. William Martin is still out trying to improve. And Stuart Bartley just won't have time to get one lap in at all. So from back, we'll start. It won't start from the back because Steve does still have his grid infringement. So he will start last. So listen to me being last. So let's have a look. Oh, we're back with Stuart Bartley. I don't know why it's here we go, but that's it. That's Steve done. The times are done. We are almost done. Mikey Cooper in the pits. That's him done. Archie's in the pits. Trebek's in the pits. Chris is in the pits. No, Chris is not in the pits. There's Chris. Chris Cobbett. He's down on this. There's only two people out left at the moment. That's Cobbett and Smith. So I'm not sure any of them are going to improve. And Smith is done and dusted. That's his day over. Chris Cobbett. Don't think he's going to improve here because he is down in sector 1. Makes his way around Coppice. See what he is in sector 2. Could be. Nope, he's down in sector 2. I think that's just it for Chris. Probably just getting a bit of track time now. I think that might be, as we say, all done and dusted, unless, you know, nobody's getting into the pits. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is your qualifying session over and done with. And it's Mike Cooper that takes pole position from Archie Jardine. Simon Trebek mugged off completely into P3. Chris Cobbett is P4. Matthew Williams is P5. Stephen Gascoigne is P6. However, with his grid penalty, he will be last. Gareth Howells P7. Alan Smith P8. 9th, George Davis. 10th is Patrick. 11th goes the way of Eugene, and welcome back. 12th is James Gardner. 13th is Lawrence Green. I can see something wrong with my fingers. William Martin is 14th. Stuart Bartley, late arrival. No qualifying time for Stuart Bartley. So, that is the end of that. As they head into warm up, they will all. There will be a short recess while some things are set. There's Gareth Howells checking the boundaries of the first corner. Red gate. So, we've just had word from the camp of Chris Ish that may be joining us for race 2. Maybe. So this is anyone's race at the moment. I mean, Mikey Cooper's not feeling overly well. This is a matter of just get your conditions in. It's gonna happen. First lap. Let's have a listen. Come on. Let's see what can happen. In the meantime, guys, if any of you are looking for any discount or anything, or sim gear or games or whatever, there are links below in my About Me section where you can get up to, I think in Thrustmaster you can get up to 15 to 20% off. Discount on games, sim gear. GP Box is another good place to go, mate. It's all, mate. It's all motorsport memorabilia and things like that, and you will get a discount on that as well. Yeah, check it out. Also, stick around, guys, because at the end of this stream, we are going to go through a few things that 2025 is going to offer at the BVTCC. So, yeah, something good coming our way or your way. What I'm going to do is take this opportunity and go for a wee. And take off the lineup music. Something I always forget. But I shall be back in a few. Okay, I am back, and so we have 2.5 minutes to go at the end of warm-up. Hopefully Mikey is feeling okay. So we've just had confirmation that the British.VirtualSim.Racing guys have got the car ready for Ollie, and he should be out by race 2. Should be. Yeah, me. A little bit tired, I think. A little bit hungry, actually. Got cottage pie to eat in a bit. "20 seconds to go until the end of warm-up. We've allowed the full warm-up this time round.
'Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
And as you heard from there, probably, here we go. Race 1. So everyone gets bumped up one due to Steve being demoted too. Well, last. Um, so they'll be getting underway on the outlap very, very soon. So where they go on the outlap, and we are going to look at the starting order for race 1. So we are going to wait for every car to go across the grid so it sets the grid for me. No, I don't want session results, do I? Starting order. Wrong thing. Here we are then. This is the grid. It's Mikey Cooper on pole, and he is joined by Archie Jardine in P2. Simon Trebek is P3 with Chris Corbett P4. Matthew Williams is P5, and he is joined by his Welsh Motorsport team, Gareth Howells. Alan Smith is 7th, and George Davis is accompanying him in 8th. 9th is Patrick. 10th goes the way of Eugene. 11th is James Gardner, and 12th is Lawrence Green. 13th is William Martin, and 14th is Stuart Bartley, and in the lonesome 15th position is Stephen Gascoigne. He's down to his grid penalty from last round after taking out Chris Ish. So we can do that. We can then get rid of the lineup music. I always forget that. And what I will do is I will turn my sound down, because I don't need to hear the cars, I need to hear myself. There's Mikey leads around on the warm-up lap as they make their way round Melbourne hairpin. They will come round Goddard's and then line up. We'll then wait for the klaxons, and they will make their run down for the first time tonight towards Redgate, where it could be the matter of make or break some people's races. Here we go. Who's going to make the best start? Mikey is pointing straight towards that inside to try and cut the line off from Archie. Here we go. Great start by Marky Cooper. I think Simon Trebek made a decent start too. Archie's got away nice and cleanly, but so... And it's chaos in the background. Somebody's been taken out. Oh my God, that's a big punt. That is a huge punt. And I can't... I'm trying to find it. Where is it? Oh, and that is Simon Trebek taking the lead there. And we've got another car off in the background. That is Gardner. And it looks like Archie Jardine has just had a complete and utter ball ache of a start. But not as bad as the two, as what I could see, Chris Corbett. And it looked like Matthew Williams. But I can't be 100% sure without looking at a replay. It must have been... Chris Corbett, his car looks a bit battered and bruised. That is the first safety car of the evening. I think not making his way to the pit, indeed. And is Archie 2 in the pits? Or is that Stuart Bartley? I think that's Stuart Bartley in the pits. It might have fair. Yeah. I know what would help here. Timing. And the tower. There we go. That is Bartley and Cobbett into the pits. They might be able to get this done quick and then back out on the track. But it's Trebek who is in the lead after a god-awful qualifying for him. Leading them round. Sexy Porsche. I can. Remember, we were using that car first before any other sim racing or real racing, I like to add. It looks like Bartley is out of the pits. Cobbett is still in there. I'm not sure how much damage he has. I mean, I don't even know what happened. We'll have to review that, obviously, but it just looked like a kaleidoscope of errors. Cobbett is still in the pits. He's going to be a lap down if he can't get out soon. He is indeed out of the pits. Hopefully he can get to full speed, because there'll be one more lap before the end of this, but he is on his way back round. I'm not completely sure what's happened there. I may have just... Oh, bugger me. I've hit rewind. Bloody bugger. Give me a second. I'll get back to life. So the lights are off on the safety car as they are making their way round the greens. Where is Chris Cobbett? He's chugging along. He's trying to get there. Should catch him up just as they go around the hairpin of Melbourne hairpin. Oh, what is happening now? Why is my stream why is my game twitching? Not my stream. It is literally my game. Don't do this to me. I'm really sorry, guys. I seem to have muddled something up here. There we go. We're live. Aha! All I had to do was press R again. Oh, Jesus Christ. So, we are back racing, and it is now... Oh, and looks like there's been another bit of a moment there between Bartley and... Oh, I can hear a big crash. Who is that? And that is Jardine in the wall by the looks of it. Eugene Geiken here having a good old battle with Gareth Howells for P6. Howells has got up the inside. Right on board with Howells. Eugene's fighting him. He's fighting him. He's going to have the inside for the last hairpin. But Howells is at the back out slightly a little bit there now. It's a great defensive move by Eugene. Now Alan is having a look. Pushing Patrick a little bit wide there. That's going to allow. That is definitely going to allow. Oh my god, he's getting mugged off Patrick. No, that's Alan Smith, who did the gentlemanly thing and let Patrick back through, but that has cost him an extra 2 positions. He's just about to gain 1 back here now because, nope, kept it on there. At the end of this, I might have to just restart my game. It's a little stuttery. We will plough through this one for the time being. Right on board with Gareth Howells staring at the back of Patrick Toyota. John Hayne in the pits now. I'm afraid that could be his day done for the race 1. Stephen Gascoigne has made himself all the P9 starting from last. As we now come through the S's. Got George Davis under attack from Stuart Bartley now. The weight is just not happy. And Eugene's having another look at the inside of Howells there. Rebecca's just literally disappeared up in front now. And he is 1 second clear of the rest of the pack. New best time, but there you go, there's your leader, and it looks like Mikey is starting to make roads into catching him. This stuttering is doing my fucking head in. Great comeback from great return for Eugene here. He's P6 at the moment. We are looking at Howells, and this is Davis having a look at the back of Lawrence Green for P9. Tries around the outside, can't get that quite done, but that's letting Stuart Bartley up the inside, and the door is open. Making their way up the coppice. Trying again, not quite. They've got the hybrid as they make their way down here now. So will Lawrence, and so will Bartley. Make their way towards the S's. Oh, a big lock up from George Davis. You got it all kinds of wrong there, and that's let Bartley up on the outside there as they make their way to Melbourne hairpin. George has got that, and he's run a little wide there, and he's also caught Lawrence with that one, caught him napping, and that's Stuart Bartley up 2 places. P9. And the lead lap has come down again, but Trebek is still pumping in them fast times. Down Kearney curves they go towards the hold hairpin. Trebek's car extremely twitchy. Mikey's car solid as a rock. We can just make out Matthew Williams in the background there, and Patrick is into P4, and Gareth Howells is still P5. That is going to do well for Welsh. Oh, that's Stuart Bartley getting sideways. That's going to give George Davis a good run up outside as they make their way towards McLean's. Backs out of that one though. Oh, and there's a bit of change for the lead, and that's Mikey Cooper in the lead there. I think what he might have done is stuff it up the inside when they got to Coppice. That's Mikey into the lead now. 7 laps down, 17 to go. as we are on board with Trebek. Must have caught him napping there. There's no way Trebek would have let that one go easy. Matthew Williams still in the background there. And see Cooper now with the fastest lap. On board again with George Davis, who is staring at the back of Stuart Bartley once again. Oh, down into P10 is Davis. Not having a fantastic race at the moment. As we move back towards the front, we can clearly see that there is a bit of a gap between the two now. Michael Cooper just settling into a rhythm. This is your battle for P6, and this is Eugene Geikin and Alan Smith of CY Racing. Back again with George Davis, who is yet still staring at the back of that Hyundai of Stuart Bartley. And now we've got Gareth Howes looking up at the back of Patrick here. This could be a good turn of events for the Welsh Racing Motorsport team. There's just quite a lot going on, isn't there? You've got Cooper Trebek together, you've got Williams on his own, you've got Patrick and Howes close together. Oh, and Alan gets late on the brakes, and that's straight on at Melbourne. That's going to lose him one position, two position. Is Bartley going to get past as well? No, he manages to just get back on. Gascoigne up another position there, and that's Cooper with another fastest lap. Stupid, absolutely stupid. I don't know why it's got this little started lagging like. And here is James Gardner on Lawrence Green now, and this is for 12th position. William Martin just moving out of the way of, not sure who that was in the background. Essentially, I don't know actually. As the camera focuses in as they make their way down to Old Hairpin, it is Lawrence Green who gets a little bit wide on the grass, but that is that the leaders in the background. I can see it. I think it might be. Cooper has now pulled a 1.4 second gap to Lawrence Green having a bit of a sideways moment there. No, that is indeed that's Jardine in the background, and yes, it is. I mean, it says he's still in the pits, but he's not. Gardner having a look as they make their way towards. He's late on the brake. Is he going to make it? Oh, he gets it done through the S's. And this is Steve on Eugene now. Archie is just unlapping himself at the moment. And Steve is through. He is through on Eugene. That is now Steve up to P6. Next target for Steve is... Oh, the BMW getting a bit twitchy then. His next target for Steve is Gareth Howes of Welsh Motorsport. Now with Eugene taking George Davis, P9. Getting one position back. If Eugene stays here like this is a really good cracking welcome back race for Eugene. Taking a P7 to start with. Now with Alan Smith, and if you can see in the background there that George Davis is being attacked by Cobbett P9, so he's defending well. So 11 laps down, it's Mike Cooper out in the lead. Simon Trebek is P2. P3 is Matthew Williams, and 4th is Patrick. Gareth Howells is P5. Stephen Gascoigne is P6. Eugene is 7th. Alan Smith is 8th. George Davis is 9th. Chris Cobbett is 10th. James Gardner is 11th. Lawrence Green is 12th. William Martin is 13th. 14th is Stuart Bartley. And 15th is Archie. Who, even though he is at the back, if he continues on, he will indeed score points. So it's always good to just keep going. Same as there could be some penalties that are handed out for people. Mike Cooper has pretty much got this one in the bag now. He is 2.3 seconds adrift of Trebek. Or Trebek is 2.1 seconds adrift of him. Oh, yeah, me. Not many people now very close together anymore. I mean, we've got probably Davis and Quebec is probably the two that are very close. Well, that's it really. We've got Mike Cooper out in front. Simon Trebek is P2. Matthew Williams is P3. He's slowly being caught by Patrick, but I just don't think there's enough lap for him to catch it. Gareth Howells looks like he might be just inching towards Patrick. Again, I don't think there's enough laps for him to catch Stephen Gascoigne in P6 for his grid penalty, putting him down to last position. Then it's Eugene. His return drive puts him in P7 at this present time, with Alan Smith P8, George Davis P9, and Chris Cobbett is rounding out your top 10. I know it says Jardine is still on the pits, but he is not. He is definitely out and about. The internet is bugging out and making a bit of funkiness for me. Mikey is definitely running away with this one now. And that is William Martin, who is indeed battling with Lawrence Green there for P12. Lawrence getting it all kinds of wrong. No, can we please just go down to the S's? William Martin can't do nothing about it there. What can he do? What I can see is Bartley was catching the back of that little pack. I can also see that Williams and Patrick have got together now. This is 4P3. Williams is not going to want to relinquish this. Thing isn't working properly. Patrick looking every way, trying to make a way through on. It's not even houses. It's Matthew. And this is the other battle here. This is another close battle. This is 4P12, and this is between William Martin and Lawrence Green. 4P12. This is over battle. Is between. Alright, looks like Patrick is going to probably try the switch back here, but he needs the outside line really for that corner. Matthew just covers him off there, lovely. So we are still with Matthew Williams here, and this is another battle now. It looks like Cobbett has indeed had George Davis for P9. Everything is moving around at the moment. Lap 14 of 17. 2 to go. As Mike Cooper just trundling along, looking after his tyres. Simon Trebecki's P2. Matthew Williams is P3, and he is defending with all his heart here. And Patrick looking for the switchback, but he's going to have the outside line of the hairpin. So Matthew will just plant his car on the inside. It looks like Patrick is going to try for the switchback. No, that's not going to have it. And Matthew once again survives another lap. And I can see that Howells has just darted into the pit, so he must have a penalty. That promotes Stephen Gascoigne up to P5. Bartley now on back of William Martin for P13. This is Gareth Howells, who has come back out after the penalty. The drive through for exceeding track limits. Smith now P7. Eugene is up P6. This is William Martin and Bartley for P13. Mike Cooper still away with the fairies. Definitely shit the bed. Becky P2. Matthew Williams is still hanging on there for P3. He is just trying his hardest to hold on for that P3. Gardain's got a penalty now as well. For the S's down to the Melbourne hairpin, and it is Stuart Bartley who's going to have a look at the inside, but he decides better of it, or does he? No, he has a look. Did he get it done, or is I can't see. Come on, what's Howells doing in the pits again? Martin trying to stay defensive. This might pay up for him here as he keeps going. Yeah, no. Great little battle here between these two for P12. Now, as I don't know what's happened to Howells, but he must have had another penalty. Mike Cooper at 16, still your leader. Simon Trebek in P2. Matthew Williams is still just leading as they come from Melbourne hairpin. And once again, Patrick trying the same move again that he tried several times ago. Still hasn't paid off. He needs to get up the inside of Matthew. One of those corners, but he just can't do it. And that is indeed doing it. And William Martin's still having a good old battle here with Bartley. He's not giving up. Not sure why it's not focusing on this battle here for the lead for P3 as they make their way down to the old hairpin. Matthew Williams just manages to keep his car in front. And this is the final lap now for these pair. So this is the last ditched attempt for Patrick to try and get P3. Mike Cooper is your leader at the moment. We want to stay with this battle for P3 now. Less than half a second between these two. Where does Patrick make his move? Probably be a late break at the S's. If not there, it'd be a Melbourne hairpin. Matthew Williams is. Hopefully, Patrick is not going to just lick it and send it. He has a little look. He's going to try the same move again, trying to unsettle. And that is Matthew Williams again. Keeps it nice and tight. Gives Patrick no room. Patrick has a look at the inside. They make contact. He backs out of that. He tried. He had to go. But Matthew held him off. P3. Steve rolls over in P5. So it's Michael Cooper, your winner. Simon Trebek is P2. And Matthew Williams is P3. 4 is Patrick. 5 is Stephen Gascoigne. 6 is Eugene. 7th is Alan Smith. 8th is Chris Corbett. 9th is George Davis. 10th is James Gardner. Ooh, that was a bit of a... So, session results, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, one and all. Mothers, brothers, sisters, and aunties, uncles. It is Mike Cooper taking the win from Simon Trebek in P2. Matthew Williams held off for P3. Patrick P4. Stephen Gascoigne is P5. 6 goes the way of Eugene with a cracking return. 7th is Alan Smith. 8th is Chris Corbett. 9th is George Davis. 10th is James Gardner. 11th goes the way of Stuart Bartley with 12th going the way of Lawrence Green. 13th William Martin. 14th is Gareth Howell. And 15th is Archie Jardine. And that is race 2 in a nutshell. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to throw up my spotter's guide, which is outdated again now. I do apologise for having Jordan's on there. It shouldn't be on there, but fortunately. And I will just be a few minutes while I reset my game. So I am back here for the moment. The game has reloading. Hopefully that has sorted out the connection issues. Just have to bear with, guys. Just waiting for everyone to load in. Well, I'm waiting for everything to load in. So I can see Chris Ish and Ollie have managed to get out. So now we can get the grid set. That is the grid set. Once again, guys, if you're interested in any discounts or anything, just check out the About Me section and you'll find quite a lot of things on there. There's Thrustmaster, GP Box, Sim Labs, Apex Racing, the Humble Bundle, CD keys, Digital Motorsports, lots of things. Just check it out. You can also go onto the Discord and check out the BVTCC socials and affiliations. We are also on Instagram, and it is the official underscore BVTCC. Anyone that follows gets a follow back instantly. No messing. That's how it happens. Also on X, Twitter, we are also the official underscore BVTCC. Make sure you give us a follow, a like, subscribe, whatever. So we have 1 minute to go. So I would have put Stuart Bartley, not Stuart Bartley, sorry. Trebek winning that one. I'm assuming he must have made an error somewhere. For Mikey to come round and take it, you know, it's oh, we need to get rid of that, don't we? There we go. Look at that. See, we're back in. 20 seconds to go. But you didn't think I could do it, did you?
non-ascension grid. Well, all
Here
non-ascension
we
personnel
go
leave the
for
grid now.
round race 2 of the evening. So here we go. So they will be lining up. Getting underway very, very soon. As soon as Quebec gets on the grid, I think that is it. No, I think we might be waiting for a couple more actually. Best way to find out. Nope, there we go. And they just start getting underway on the roll. So we are going to jump in to we are going to get on with the starting order. Here we are, starting order, your race 2 of the evening. We have, if it's going to do anything, starting order is Mikey Cooper on pole position, and Simon Trebek is P2, Matthew Williams is P3, Patrick P4. Steve Gascoigne is P5, and Eugene Geiking joins him on P6. Alan Smith P7 with Chris Corbett. 9th is the way of George Davis, with 10th going the way of James Gardner. 11th is Stuart Bartley, with 12th being Lawrence Green. 13th is William Martin. 14th is Gareth Howells. Archie Gardain is 15th with Chris Ish. 16th, getting the car out in time. 17th, we see Ollie. I'd love to have a go at his last name, but I just don't want to make a fool of myself. And he is P17, and the Frame Racing team have done a cracking job getting for race 2. That is the racing order for round race 2. Hopefully, we have a better race 2. I'm still getting a few little micro stuffers to see. Let's see how far Ollie and Chris can go from the back of the field. All line up, engine notes rise. Jump towards Mike Cooper on the front. Waiting for the beep. There's the beep. And they're off. Good start by Mikey. Patrick makes a really good start as well behind. He's going to mug up, but Simon Trebek and Matthew Williams, by the looks of it. Simon sideways. Patrick runs very wide. He's going to have to slow it down a little bit there. Matthew Williams managed to slot back in front. Trebek survives P2. And that is Alan Smith having a little shifty look at the back of Eugene there for P6. And there is Chris Ish already. Chris Ish is already up to 10th position. Ollie is in 13th. And that is Chris Corbett having a look at George Davis for P8. And that is Chris Ish having a look at Chris Corbett for P9. He's going to send it. Oh, very low on the brakes. Oh, and he almost gets into the back of Davis. Corbett will have the inside for the final corner. And we are back at the front here, and it is battle resumed between Patrick and Matthew Williams. Oh, and somebody fired off in the background. That looked like Gareth Howells. Horrid time for Gareth Howells twice now. Chris Ish is up to P9. The battle at the moment, that is Ollie, who is trying to get through on William Martin. Oh, and Eugene gets fired across the chicane by Alan Smith. And that is Don Green going all kinds of weird. And this battle is still resuming from race 1. Chris Ish is up to P8 now. Ollie's up to P12. Poor old Eugene all the way down into 15th. On board with Alan, who's now looking at George Davis. And it looks like Steve is now starting to gain on the back pack here. So this could relieve Williams. The gaggle here for can only be described as 6th place is between 7 cars. British has come to a bit of a standstill. Back dropped a couple of positions by the looks of it. Is now P10. Steve is definitely caught up with the back of Patrick. Steve up the inside of Patrick around the Melbourne hairpin. I think he's got that done, you know. Patrick's going to be coming back. Locks up, and Steve's going to get. Is Steve going to get the undercut? No. Patrick seems that in a very defensive position. And that's Bartley. Past Jardine. That's somebody else. It's somebody in the pits. It's Chris. Ish. No, it's Chris. Yeah, that's Ish with a drive-through. Davis is P7. This is Stuart, Bartley and Davis. Hold it every. Oh, Bartley getting it all wrong there, and that's going to lose in 1, 2, 3 positions. Four positions. Bartley has lost there. This is Ollie looking at the back. Oh, almost gets to the back of Jardine as they make way through the hairpin. Game, sorry. Oh, Ollie's through. Cracking move by Ollie there. He played that one quite well. Now his teammate going to let him go by. And I hope he can just stretch his legs a little bit. Pull him along with him. Then it looks like that's the case. As Davis slips back. And that, who is that in the pits? The back there. Was that Gareth Howells? No, Gareth Howells is out. Matthew Williams. He's still P3, just about. Mike Cooper, no issues on this one. Trebek, again, still only P2. Lawrence Green letting the guys through. Davies just holding up the entire pack here now. And that is Jardine having a look up the inside as through between they go. Oh, and here's the battle for the P3. I think Patrick's got him this time. Matthew Williams has indeed lost P3 to Patrick for that time. Davis having a look has lost 2 positions there now. Bartley's got past him. Not happy in this racetrack, that Honda. This is your battle for P3 here. It's between Patrick, Matthew Williams and Stephen Gascoigne. Down to Redgate they come. A little look behind there. They all pile in through Redgate. Bartley. BVG just falling off a little bit. Probably just having a backing off a little bit. His tyres just come back into play. Letting these two fight, knowing that they're probably going to trip over each other. And there they go. That is Patrick being fired off. I think Matthew Williams just tried to get up the inside, and that was indeed a bit of argy-bargy. BVG now having a look on the outside. There is Ollie on Patrick. Stevie G's got him. Stevie G up into P3. Ollie up inside, tight line there. Get through on Patrick P5. Probably carrying a little bit of damage now due to that contact with Matthew. And this is the fight for P9, and that is between Cobbett and Davis. And that's the front end of Patrick's car. Looks quite beaten up there, like he's in the back end of somebody a few times. Now Archie Jardine is looking back of Patrick. So far, Alan Smith is the guy sitting in P12, so he'll be active for the reverse grid. And this again is George Davis. He is outscoring Chris Ish, even though Chris Ish is in now, getting some points. Oh, and that's Cobbett getting it. Oh, wait. Wrong there. Lost the position to Gardner. Almost. He just outbraked himself there. Oh, he's done it again. Davis shoves his nose up the inside. Now Chris Ish is up to P12 now. Now that's the reverse grid for Chris Ish. Can Alan stick with him? So 9 laps in, Mike Cooper still your leader. Simon Trebek is P2. Your new third place is Stephen Gascoigne. Fourth goes the way of Matthew Williams at the moment. Ollie is P5. Archie is P6. And there is Alan. He's having a go once again at Chris Ish for that 12th position. Patrick now battling with Archie Jardine for P6. So we are still 10 laps in, 5 to go, and it is still Mike Cooper that is leading. Not a lot I can say about Mike Cooper. He's just gone off in front, and there's, well, nothing we can say really. Same as Simon Trebek. Them two have got in 1-2, and they've just disappeared down the out in front. Be nice to watch them come through the grid in race 3, because they're going to be, you know, either 7th or whatever. And this here is Alan Smith again having a look at Chris Ish for P12. Ollie is up to P5, and I think he is definitely catching Matthew Williams. Chris Ish gets sideways. Alan gets it a little bit wrong as well through the old hairpin. It's Bartley versus Cobbett for P8. Matthew Williams now, he's under immense pressure from Ollie. Ollie having a look. Oh, he pulls him a fakey and sends it up the inside. And here is Alan Smith again. Cooper with the new fastest lap. Alan Smith. Oh, Chris getting it all kinds of wrong there. I think Chris might have gone off track to try and keep that track position, but that is Alan up the inside as they make their way to Melbourne hairpin. So that is Alan back into P12, but he's going to, oh, he gets it a bit wide, and that's a punt there from Chris. This is Chris Cobbett on Stuart Bartley, 4P8. He's not gonna get around him another round the outside as they make their way through to Redgate. And there has been a place change between Ollie and Matthew. And here it is, a battle for you. This is the battle for P14. Oh, and Matthew with William Martin looking in his mirrors, gets it all wrong as he enters Redgate. Let Eugene through. Let's get back on front here because it's going to be Ollie who is chasing down Stephen Gascoigne, but I think Stephen Gascoigne might have just made it. And it seems that Chris Ish has indeed got in front of Alan. This is a little battle, cracking battle going on here between these two for the final potential reverse grid spot. But at the moment, the guys that we got in the reverse grid are Archie Jardine, Patrick, Bartley, Cobbett, Gardner, Davis, and Ish. Cobbett again having a look and trying to get the switchback done on Bartley, and I think he might have got him there. Oh, who's that? Ish has got a penalty. Chris Ish has a penalty. That will be from that's definitely going to be from the S's. And Cobbett has definitely got through now, and that promotes Alan Smith up into 12th at the final reverse grid position. Oh, if it landed on 12, Chris will be kicking himself. 12 laps in, we are still Mike Cooper with a comfortable lead. Simon Trebecki's P2 with a hell of a lead to Stephen Gascoigne, who is just managing to maintain the gap to Ollie in P4. Matthew Williams is P5. I think he's put just too much life through them tyres and he's absolutely murdered them. 6th is Archie Jardine with 7th going the way of Patrick. Chris Cobbett is now on the mission and he's on his way to Patrick with Stuart Bartley in tow. 4th P9. P10 is James Gardner. Oh, gets it sideways through the S's. George Davis is P11. 12th goes the way of Alan Smith. 13th is Eugene. 14th is William Martin. And 15th is Chris Ish. Lawrence Green is 16th. And Gareth Howells is the DNF only at the moment from this entire race. 2 laps to go now as they make their way through. Got its arm. We are now on board with Archie Jardine and he's there at the back of Matthew Williams as they make their way up to McLean's. Matthew again has definitely taken out a lot of life for them tyres. Archie trying to unsettle Matthew there with the flash of the lights. Trying to shove it up the inside round Melbourne hairpin. Matthew will have the inside for Goddard. trying to switch back, but that's not going to happen as they're on the penultimate lap now. 14 down, almost 15, one more to go. And here is Ollie on the back of Stephen Gascoigne for P3. This is now. We're on board with Ollie now, who is staring at the back of that BMW of Stephen Gascoigne, P3. But in the meantime, we've got Archie Jardine having a good old look. And that's Davis with a penalty now. That'll be for corner cutting. White flag too many times, and Archie, all over the grass. He's trying to keep it going, but that's allowed Matthew just a bit of a respite. Steve is still in front of Ollie here. I don't think Ollie can get close enough just to try a move. But this is his usual overtaking spot here. He likes to just jerk off to the left, then late braking, but he's not going to get Steve that way. The BMW is quick off the line once it's rolling. And that is not going to allow. And Ollie has a look at the inside, but and he did contact with each other. He's not happy with that flashing the lights. Not happy indeed. And I can see Archie is having a go at, and he's got Matthew as well. This is the final lap now. Mikey Cooper is away with the fairies, and that is, who is that? That is Alan Smith and George Davis. Stephen Gascoigne trying to fight back. Oh, he's right at the back end of Ollie. Look at that. Oh, and straight to the back of him he goes. I don't think he expected him to break that bad, that much. That was definitely not intentional. However, we may see different. Ollie managing to just hold on to P4 for the time being. He's got Archie and Matthew Williams for company. But your winner is, and that's a penalty for Jardine there. So no matter what happens there, he's going to lose a 30-second penalty. But it's P1 for Mikey Cooper, P2 for Simon Trebek, and as it stands, P3 for Stephen Gascoigne. 4 will go the way of Ollie. 5 will come across the line as Archie Jardine, but that will not stick because he had his penalty that he just couldn't take on the last lap. So Matthew Williams moves it to P5. Chris Corbett is 6. 7th is Stuart Bartley. 8th is James Gardner. 9th is Patrick. Alan Smith is 10th. Archie, is he going to survive? Huge. Oh, and George Davis has missed out. So, let's take a look at the results, shall we? So here we go. Results are Mike Cooper takes 2 for 2 at the moment. Simon Trebek takes 2 second places. Stephen Gascoigne is P3. Ollie is P4. Matthew Williams P5. Archie Jardine finishes his way in 6th at the moment, I think. But that's not right because the results are not in properly. We'll have a look, see if we can get it right. No, so it's Chris Corbett 6th. Stuart Bartley is 7th, 8th is James Gardner, and 9th is Patrick. 10th is Alan Smith with the 11th going the way of actually Jardine. Eugene is 12th. Chris Ish is 13th. William Mark is 14th, 15th is Lawrence Green, 15th is George Davis, 16th is Lauren Green, and the only DNF of the evening so far, Garrett. So that is the end of race 2. We shall be back in a moment. Why we sort out the grid. As I said, check out the links down below. Have a look down there. And we shall be right back. We will not be right back. What am I thinking? We need to do the spinny wheel, don't we? I forgot about that. Huh. So here we are. As you remember, I totally forgot all about this. Right, we have the numbers 6 to 12 on the roller. The spinny thing here. What we're going to do is now going to spin it and see who is on pole position for race 3. And it is number 9. And that is, if I remember correctly, I can tell you this, 2 seconds. Number 9 is Patrick. Patrick gets pole position. So everyone from 9th will swap positions. That puts Patrick P1, James Gordon P2, Stuart Bartley's P3, 4 is Chris Quebec, Williams 5, Ollie 6, Stephen Gascoigne 7th, Trebek 8th, and Mike 9th. Now we will be back in a moment. Totally forgot about the spinny wheel. But hey ho, I did remember in the end. We're just waiting for the grid to be set. So, I believe we are missing a driver. It looks like he's just got in now. So, that is the grid set. This is the final race of the evening. So, okay, so we have prediction. Yeah, well, we are. I'd like to think Patrick is gonna do it. I'd like to think that.
Thanks for the tip.
Oh, nice one, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for the follow, pal. Appreciate it. Be sure to check you out as well. Yeah, we are just waiting on the final few minutes. Get rid of the backup music and get rid of the Jack trophy. Well, I can definitely tell you now that things have definitely changed at the top of the tables. I don't think Chris has lost top spot, but I can guarantee you that Kyle has definitely lost his second position. If we have a look at the standings at the moment, if we have a look at the championship standings, we see that George was only 4 points away from Kyle. So he definitely got him this time because he's definitely made more than 4 points. But he was also only 12 points away from Chris. I don't think he's got on. I mean, he needs a good finish tonight, and then he should take that top spot into Silverstone. Or he could literally try and just, stay second. Then he'll be ballast free for Brands Hatch GP. I think Alan Smith has closed the gap on all three of these as well now because I think he's had 2 good sessions. Alan. Lordy, lordy. The team standings aren't going to change much. I think. I think. I think CY Racing might just be a couple of points in front of Welsh Motorsport, but I don't think that's going to change much. Craven Racing have pretty much got. But I would say they've pretty much got it wrapped up in the bag. But after Mikey taking 2 wins, I don't think that's such the case anymore. I think MKR might be taking it back again here. So this team's battle is going to go all the way down to the line. But we will find the results out afterwards once we've had any protests that are happening. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, look. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, what? I've not set the grid right. Shit, I've got 1 minute to do this. Ah, you need to reset warm up. Okay, so I will be 2 minutes, guys. Just give me 2 minutes and I will be back. Just need to sort the grid out. Wouldn't be a John stream if there wasn't a bit of an issue midway through, would it? So we have set the grid properly this time. I do apologise, everybody, but we got there.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave
Here we
the grid
go.
now.
Reverse grid, race free time. Let's see if we can get through this one cleanly. Oh no, yeah, no, I don't think it's gonna. It's race free, isn't it? Race free. It doesn't matter what rate, whether it's real life touring cars or virtual. Race free is lick it and send it. So they are on the way on the outlap, and I need to catch up because I forgot what I was doing. We need to set the starting order. Then we also need to put the starting order up, and we need to get underway and start making the starting order because we are Patrick in pole position, and he is joined by James Gardner. Stuart Bartley is P3 with Chris Cobbett P4 back where he started this race earlier this evening. We have Matthew Williams in P5 and Ollie is in P6. Stephen Gascoigne is P7 and Simon Trebek is P8. P9 is Mike Cooper and he is joined by Alan Smith in 10th. Archie Jardine is 11th and Eugene Geiking is 12th. 13th is Chris Ish with William Martin being 14th. George Davis is 15th and Lawrence Green is 16th. And that, I believe, is the end of that. So, Patrick leading them away on an extremely quick outlap. Wants to get this done, wants to get it sorted quickly as he possibly can before the... I can't remember what I was going to say. Yeah. It is dry at the moment at Donington Park, and I don't believe it is going to rain at all, but we can check the weather temperature. We can check the weather. That is not a problem. I think that is something we should do anyway. Let's have a look. We'll check the weather at Donington Park quickly, just as they're all gridding up. Shows absolutely no chance of rain at all the way through the night. We are good to go. We are green for racing. So, Patrick on pole position. He is joined by James Gardner. So, green flag flies in the background. Engine note to there. There's the lights. And they're off. And that's a great start by Patrick. No, he caught absolutely everybody napping. But he got away very cleanly there. Mikey has done a lot there. James Gardner has managed to stay in second place. But he gets it sideways and the car goes on the way. And he just manages to keep it going. So now it's Patrick away in the lead. And it is Chris Cobbett P2 and it's Stuart Bartley P3 at the moment. Matthew Williams is attempting an overtake on Ollie at the old hairpin, but he's also got James Gardner for company and Mike Cooper also. Stephen Gascoigne is there still with Simon Trebek back of him, and this is Gardner who's having a look, and Patrick is going, he is breaking away from the pack here. And James Gardner managing to hold off Stephen Gascoigne. Ollie now is on the back of Bartley. Got back in front of... He has got back in front of Matthew Williams there for P4. And that's Ollie having a look at the inside of Stuart Bartley, but Stuart Bartley goes extra defensive, and that's going to compromise his exit on the corner, and that's allowed Ollie through. I can see Mikey is now making a move on Matthew Williams for P. That's 6. Yep. Up to P5 goes Mikey Cooper. At the end of lap 1, it is Patrick that leads, Cobbett P2 and Ollie is up to P3, Bartley is P4, Cooper P5, Williams is P6, Gardner 7, but he is being attacked by, at the moment, Trebek. Gascoigne is 9th, 10th is Ish, and he is followed very closely by Smith. Davis is 12th and Eugene is 13th. Green is 14th and William Martin is 15th. This is, again, this is this round 2 of Alan Smith and that is Simon Trebek making a move on James Gardner around the outside as they make their way up to... Oh, and they make contact! And that's Trebek's day done. And now Cobbett is having a look at Patrick here for the lead. As they come down to the S's, Ollie is right there. And that is James Gardner again having a look at Chris Ish, but I think that is just not going to be a good way of getting overtaking anyone there through the S's. And that's Eugene. Oh, having a look. Oh, and that's twice now, James. And Ollie has moved up to P2. No, Cobbett's back into P2. Can we just get back to the... Oh, and somebody's been fired off. That was George Davis, and that's his day done too. That's Simon Trebek's day done also. Patrick's still out in the lead. They make their way down to the old hairpin. We've lost 2 drivers already. That's Davis and Trebek. So far, it's Patrick, Cobbett, and Ollie. That is your top 3. And that is Smith again with Chris Ish. As they make their way up to McLean's. He's a bit on the outside, but that's not going to stop him as they now make their way to Coppice. Chris Ish has the inside corner. And that's Ish back in front, I think, for the moment. And Ollie has made his move for P2. And Cobbett's going to lose P3 to Bartley now. Mikey in between the two of them, trying to get around as they get to excuse me, Melbourne hairpin. Yeah, Bartley taking a very tight line there to try and stop Mikey Cooper from the inevitable happening. And it is Mikey Cooper up into P3 from all the way back down into P10. So here is your battle for the lead. It is Ollie versus Patrick. 2 names I cannot pronounce. I mean, Ollie and Patrick, yes I can, but their last names. Making their way up to Coppice. I can still see Cooper is just... Well, Cooper's in the lead. No, Cooper's not in the lead. What the f*** am I talking about? Cooper is P3. Ollie having a look left and right, trying to unsettle Patrick. On board with Ollie, who has another look at Patrick, trying to unsettle him again, trying to make him go defensive, and that has worked out well for Ollie there as Patrick went very defensive and he ran wide on the exit of Redgate. There's the old hairpin, and that is Ollie out in the lead now, and I believe Patrick is down to P2, and I've got a feeling that he's probably going to be P3 by the end of this. Little flash of the lights there from Patrick trying to unsettle Ollie, but it's going to take more than a few flashes of light to get the distraction of Ollie. Up to Coppice now. There is Cobbett making his way towards the back of Stuart Bartley for P4, and this is Cobbett now making it. Oh, and he gets it all kinds of wrong. Oh, and he just nearly takes out Bartley, but he manages to just avoid everybody. Five laps in, and it's Ollie, your leader, Patrick P2, Mike Cooper P3, Bartley P4, Williams P5, Gascoigne 6th, Cobbett 7th, Ish is 8th, Smith is 9th, Eugene is 10th, Gardner is 11th, and Green 12th, and Martin 13th. I believe it's only a matter of time before Patrick loses P2 as well. He has a huge gap to P4. Oh, Patrick let him through. Oh, that's on you. What the hell? Cobbett has lost another 2 places. That was due to the outbreaking himself out the S's. You remember a little bit earlier. As you can see there, Ollie's made up 5 positions, Cooper up to 7. Cooper is the biggest winner of positions here at the moment. Ollie's setting a new lap time, and now we've got Cobbett on the back of Gascoigne. Trying to think of his name there. It's in his bloody window, and that's a good look at the run Cobbett's got in that Focus. And that Cobbett up to P6. Oh, but Steve's not giving up as they're making their way down to the old hairpin. But Steve's got himself back in front. Forget Steve has got an independent championship to fight for here. He needs every point he can because Patrick is up into P3 at the moment. He's outscoring his rival. Matthew Williams now is getting onto the back of Stuart Bartley here for P4. A couple of names up the front that you wouldn't normally see up the front, and that is indeed Bartley and Cobbett. Another best lap time there by Ollie, who is still 2 seconds adrift of Michael Cooper. I just don't think Michael Cooper can catch him at the moment, but we're getting Cobbett back on the back end of Stephen Gascoigne here in the BMW. Looks like he's going to have a look at the inside at Redgate. Steve managing to get that BMW stopped on a dime. Down the crown of curves to the old hairpin they come. It's still Stephen Gascoigne P6, Cobbett 7. No change for this one. I can see that Cooper has made a little bit of indentation on that leader, and that there is Eugene making a move for P9 on Smith as they make their way to the cleans. And that was a clean overtake there by Eugene. Oh, and Alan very close on under braking. He is tucked right at the back of Eugene, who is not going to move over until the very last second. Through the S's they go. And here is Matthew Williams now on Stuart Bartley for P4. He's going to try the outside. He's going to try a cut back. Is he going to get it done? He does get it He gets it up the inside, but now he's on the outside for Goddard's. Going to try for the old switch back again by the looks of it, and that's Ollie again with the fastest lap. All the meantime, Bartley and Matthew Williams are fighting. Patrick is just out of touch from these guys. Nine laps down, it's still Ollie leading, and Matthew Williams gets it a little bit sideways as they come through the old hairpin. Cooper P2, Patrick P3, Bartley 4, Williams. Gascoigne. What's happened to Steve? He's down to 6. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I got completely. Whoa! I got completely. I got all in a bit of a mucky fuddle then. So, Cooper made another indentation on that lead of Ollie. He's now down to 1.3 seconds. Matthew Williams got very sideways as they came through the S's there. But this is Eugene once again now on the back of Smith, and they've made that swap again. Smith back up to P9. Eugene's dropped down to P10. There is Matthew Williams slowly being caught by Stephen Gascoigne, and he is bringing Cobbett for him with company. Best lap time now by Cooper. It's 1.1 seconds to the lead now for Cooper. But this is the battle we're concentrating on at the moment. This is the battle for P6, and it is between Cobbett and Gascoigne with 5 laps remaining. This is the only battle that is the closest at the moment, with that BMW drifting. And there we go, this is another battle here. This is for P8, and it's between Eugene Geikin and Alan Smith of CY Racing. Chris Cobbett now still having a look at the back end of that BMW. Ish has just dropped off these two guys. He's just pulling along now, just pulling points out the bag now, because that's all he needs. He just needs to score any points to keep himself in that top spot. But our two-time champion Benton has indeed lost that second place now, because Davis would have taken him. What I can see is it is still Ollie out in the lead with, this will be the end of lap 10, start of lap 11. And it is 1.1 second from Cooper to Ollie. I think Ollie might just be managing the gap at the moment. 5 laps to go here. Look, as Steve goes super defensive. Cobbett trying to make the way, excuse me. And Cobbett on the hybrid all the way down as they make their way to Redgate. He's definitely going to have him this time, but Steve moves over just to allow him to take the corner, but he's going to get a good run on him on the exit. Oh, the beam gets sideways. Steve had to back off the throttle then, or he'd have ended up into somebody at the back of Cobbett. But Cooper is now 7/10 from the leader. There is Cobbett. He is gaining on, and this is the battle for the lead now. It's with Honda versus Honda. Craven versus MK. Jump on over to our socials. We are official BVTCC at X and Insta. We are here for this battle now. This is the battle pack for the lead. This is for the win. With 4 laps to go. It'll be 3 after this one. Hopefully these two guys keep it clean. And Cobbett has now latched onto the back of Matthew Williams. Cobbett is having an awesome race 3 here. Cooper with a new lap time. Here we go. This is it. clouds are looking very grey over in Donington Park, and I can assure you that it's definitely not going to rain now. I've checked the weather. We are on board again with Cobbett, who has a look up the inside of Matthew Williams at Redgate. And the lead is 2 tenths between Ollie and Cooper now for the lead. Is that range spots on Mikey's car? Surely not. Or is that just his crap livery? Down to the S's they come. I say it's going to take a lot to off-put Ollie here. The brakes. Through Melbourne they come. I mean, these guys are now 13 seconds adrift of P3. But here you go. That is Cobbett having a look up the inside of Williams. But I don't think that's going to stick. I think Williams might have him back. And he does indeed. And where's Gascoigne in all of this? And this is still the race lead. Through Redgate again they come for the 13th time. Definitely got to be something on his. And we got a yellow in sector 3. Oh, and Ollie gets the old. Oh, what's happening to Ollie? Oh, and we've lost Gardner now. That's what the flag was in sector 3. It was for Gardner. 3 lost. And this is the battle for the lead. Mikey Cooper is all over the back of Ollie. It's still Ollie P1, Cooper P2, Patrick P3, Bartley 4, Williams 5, Cobbett 6, Gascoigne 7. And this, at the moment it is. And this is Williams having a look at the inside of Bartley. He gets a good run on him though as they make their way round the coppice. Just coppice. 2 tenths separate the leaders. Here we are. This is it again. Look, Mikey on the outside. He's going to try for the switchback. I think this time Cooper, Ollie is fully aware of what's coming. Oh my God! Here we go. This is the battle for 4th. It's Hyundai, Ford, Beamer, soon to be Ish, I reckon. But oh, and Mikey Cooper ran the outside of Redgate. But I think Ollie has definitely still got his nose in front. He has indeed, and that's lap 14. This is the penultimate lap now. What can Ollie do? And Cobbett up the inside at Redgate. They lean on each other as they come through the corner. And that's Cobbett up to P5. But I'd definitely like to get back to the lead at the moment. Here's the lead now. This is lap 14 of 15. And it is Ollie just leading. Mikey is putting him under immense pressure as they make their way up. And here, Matthew Williams is back on it, Cobbett. As they come up to McLean's. Stephen Gascoigne, the opportunity, sees that Cobbett was running wide, gets up the inside, but I don't think he's quick enough just to make it stick. No. Cobbett dukes back. Put my teeth back in. Dukes back in. Ollie stops that car on a dime to stop Mikey getting the undercut on him. He's fully defensive now, Ollie. I can see it. He is just driving his little high. Oh, jeez. And Mikey almost went into the back of him there with a lock-up. And this is the final lap now, guys. This is the final lap. This is such a battle for the lead. Look, that's how far they are. I can't even see third place as they make their way around Redgate. This is the final lap. It is Ollie P1, Mikey P2, P2 and Patrick P3. Look, you can't even see the rest of the pack. They are literally nearly 16 seconds ahead of everyone else. Oh, Mikey he's good on them bloody brakes. But Ollie is literally stopping so easy. And that's a mistake by Ollie, and Mikey gets up the inside at Coppice. And Mikey waited for 15 laps, and he's took 3 for 3. But hats off to Ollie there. He drove an extremely good race. When you've got a very determined Mikey Cooper behind you, there is not a lot you can do. And that's Mikey Cooper taking the win there to Ollie P2, and Patrick will come along for P3. P4 is God knows who. It could be Bartley, Williams, Cobbett, Gascoigne. We won't know. There you go. See, that's oh, and there's a bit of argy-bargy between Williams and Cobbett. And it's Bartley that takes P4. Green will make his way around in 11th. Oof, that was a good old fight, that was, for the last race. Really enjoyed that battle for the lead. William Martin comes home in 12th position there. Wow. The session results are your winner of the evening is Mikey Cooper. He is joined on the podium by Ollie in P2 and Patrick in P3. Stuart Bartley is P4 with Matthew Williams P5. Chris Cobbett is 6th with 7th going the way of Stephen Gascoigne. 8th is Chris Ish. 9th is Alan Smith. 10th is Eugene Guykin. 11th is Lawrence Green. 12th is William Martin. 13th, 14th and 15th James Gardner, George Davis and Simon Trebek, all DNFs. Wow. As I said, not what I wanted to say, but hey ho. Anyway, that is it. That is the end of race 3, and as I promised you guys, we are thinking of as I said, stick around at the end because there is things to do. There are things I would like to share. So we are here, and as I said, we now as we are now wrapping up 2024, we are already thinking of 2025, and we already have 2 support series coming. We have, first of all, we have the Porsche Cup, which starts on the 3rd of January. There is still some spaces left, so if you're interested, get signing up, get on the thingy. And then secondly, we have a 5-round series of F2 coming up, and that will be the 3rd week of January. This is every Tuesday, and it'll be international tracks from around the world, what F1 use, and it'll be a full race. All the details will be in the Discord, so just jump over there, guys, and just check out that. And finally, I'd just like to say thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Many thanks. I appreciate the follows, the watches, the subs, the just people chatting, just people watching. It's great. So thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. This is the Bad Gamer John signing off. Thanks, guys. Bye bye now.